World Landmarks, the Dead Sea. Hi everyone, our class just watched a documentary about the Dead Sea. We learned a lot of cool stuff about it. Did you know that people go there just to smear mud all over themselves? I did tell you more about that in a minute. The Dead Sea, in case you don't know, is actually a lake in the Middle East at 400 meters below the sea level. It's the lowest point on Earth. But we found out that it is mostly famous for all the salt and minerals it contains. The water in the Dead Sea is almost 6 times saltier than the ocean water. The Dead Sea lies between the border of Jordan, Israel, and the West Bank. It's about 18 kilometers long, 11 kilometers wide, and is its widest point. It is 377 meters deep at its deepest. The lake was surrounded by hot, dry desert on all sides, and it is located by an area known as the Dead Sea Depression. I didn't know what depression was until Miss Frey explained that this is a low-lying area caused by something called a rift. A rift, or when two plates of Earth's crust move apart, the land between them gets straight, thinner and thinner, and as the land gets thinner, it sinks, creating a depression. Maybe you are wondering, just like I was, how the Dead Sea got so salty. Well, the depression sits so low that water from all the nearby river drains into it. This water is filled with salt and minerals, and since the depression is lower than all the surrounding land, the water can never drain back out. It can only evolve, and that's what happened. Water constantly evolves. In fact, so much water is evolved from the Dead Sea. It's often look like there are a cloud of fog hanging from the lake. That's pretty creepy when you think about the Dead Sea name, huh? Anyways, as the water evolves, it leaves behind the salt and minerals. Now I can tell you why people go to the Dead Sea to cover themselves from head to toe with its mud. As the minerals that get deposited into the lake sink down into the mud at the bottom, and those minerals are supposed to be really good for your skin. No wonder lots of spa and health resorts have been built in the area. After hearing so much about the Dead Sea reason, I wanted to know why it has such a grim name. According to the documentary we watched in class, the water in the Dead Sea is so salty that almost nothing can live there except for bacteria and one type of algae. Any fish or freshwater animal that gets washed into the lake dies almost instantly, and the shores are covered in thick salt crystals, so animals can't even survive near the lake either. But don't worry, the water is totally safe for people. You can even go swimming there if you want, although it's really hot to swim because all that salt makes it much easier to float. In fact, that move showed people sitting up and read in the Dead Sea as if they were sitting in chairs. That was unbelievable. The Dead Sea also has an important place in history. It meant the Bible, and there are stories about Queen Cleopatra trying to the lake to Bethsaida. is also where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. These ancient maples, which were made from papyrus, leather, and copper, were found in the oldest known copies of the Old Testament, dating all the way back to the 3rd and 1st century BC. Unfortunately, like many other beautiful and historic places in the world, the Dead Sea is estimated and sealed over the last by nearly 1 meter a year, and it has lost almost a third of its surface area. This is because the waters of the Mouth, the Jordan River, are being diverted. The countries of Israel, Syria, and Jordan are diverting fresh water from the Jordan River in order to farm and provide drinking water to people living in cities. Israel and Jordan water just to extract the Dead Sea minerals. The scientists in the move think depression itself is sinking every year too. Some scientists think the reef is cut. Others believe that the sinking due change the ground's component. Either the way, the lake is reported to sink about 33 centimeters every year. Sadly, Ms. Frey said countries around the Dead Sea don't have the greatest restaurant right now. That makes it very difficult for everyone to manage thus to come together and try help the Jordan River and the Dead Sea. But I hope they do. I want to try float there someday. After watching the movie about the Dead Sea, Alex and I came with a great idea for a project. Our class can write letters and email to potential groups asking them for support conservation of the Jordan River. This will help save the dying Dead Sea. The mood definitely gives me lots of facts for my letter, but I still have more research to do. So I did better go now. See you next time.